Napoli host Manchester City with Pep Guardiola's side rampant, driven by the unerring genius of Kevin De Bruyne. City beat Napoli 2-1 at home a few weeks back too, so can Maurizio Sarri's side do anything to stop De Bruyne and co? Napoli's 4-3-3 will likely line up against the same formation from City, and there are similarities in how these formations manifest on the pitch. Both teams push their fullbacks high, although City invert theirs more, while both teams tend to have vertically staggered midfield threes, with one player sitting, one pushing, and one staying high. Napoli's is, however, more balanced. Napoli's front three of Lorenzo Insigne, Jose Callahan and Dries Mertens should play wider than City's, which should be three from Sterling, Jesus, Aguero and Sané. Both of City's wide players like to cut inside with the ball, while Napoli play with greater width, especially on the right, and their fullbacks pushed up vertically to support rather than also cutting in. City prefer to attack through the centre initially, with De Bruyne quarterbacking moves that see four players ahead of him. Napoli's central, deeper midfielder, either Jorginho or Diawara, must therefore try to cut this off at the source by sitting tight on the Belgian playmaker. Meanwhile, the other two central midfielders, or one and a fullback tucking in, should look to cut off City's wider passing lanes. In attack, Napoli need to be bold, with Mertens and Hamšík trying to find the space around Fernandinho, City's covering defensive midfielder. Should Fabian Delph play at left back again, Jose Callahan needs to pin him to the touchline, which is his instinct anyway, but Insigne should look to do the same to Walker instead of drifting in quite so much. This will pose a question for Walker when City break about leaving Insigne in too much space should the Italians counter. As City tend to attack with 5 up and 5 back, counter-attacking against them can be hard, so Napoli must try to win the ball back when the transition occurs before City can find their split shaping. If the wide players stay high and wide and Napoli can press and win the ball back, there could be a ball on to either flank that could allow for a quick counter. Napoli also like to control possession, as City do, by rotating it around triangular arrangements of players, for example among the two centre-backs and deeper midfielder, or between the fullback, central midfielder and wide player. This could suit City's superb use of pressing and control in passing lanes. Just watch how well players like Sterling and Sané press passing channels as much as they do players, and so it could benefit Napoli to play more directly and vertically through the centre before spreading the ball wide. Too much rotation will entice City in. It works well against many teams, but Guardiola's side are too good to take risks against. Lastly, Napoli would do well to find the corridors of uncertainty between Fernandinho and the centre-backs, and between the centre-backs and Ederson in the City goal. John Stones and Ederson both like to push forwards to control the space in front of them, but should Napoli be able to tease them out of position, either by dropping Mertens back or pushing Hamšík forwards, and through crossing in these zones, the positional issues and occasional bad decision making that were factors for City last season could be exploited. First in the Premier League visiting first in Serie A should promise a great match. If Napoli are canny and adjust elements of their tactics, they could pose Pep Guardiola's men a problem.